Arta Tequila reviewing today. Extra Añejo. Yes, sir. Yo, what's going on? Your boy back at it again. Another hot review for you. Drams on deck. Today, we got another hot hitter. Today, we got the Arta Tequila. Yes, sir. This right here, it was a blind buy. It's an extra Añejo tequila. I like the art on this bottle. You turn it a little bit to here. You see a little bit of the artistry here on this bottle. This should be around 3 years old. Extra Añejo, and it's shaped almost a triangle top, and like I said, it's a pretty cool bottle. It has a thick top. You probably can't tell, but I should drop it. But honestly, this top is very heavy, and if you drop it, it's very thick. It's like very heavy. Like I would probably say it's about a couple ounces in weight rather. Very, very heavy. So I bought this on a blind buy. I was at had this bottle actually over a year. I bought it at Total Wines and in California here. This was actually not a cheap bottle. This bottle was around, with taxes, about 110 bucks. So not cheap at all. 3 years. This right here has a bottle number on here. It's bottle number 2810, batch number 2, Arta. And so I was, sometimes when you're looking for something new you never tried before, this is something that you don't see everywhere else. Like kind of the bottle intrigued me. I asked the guy about it, and he just said, he tried it once. It was pretty decent. So I was like, why not give it a shot? So I got it, and this right here is an extra Añejo, but you know how certain tequilas are more sweeter than others, meaning like, for example, Casa Azul and 1942, they have like more of like a sweet finish to it. This one right here is not quite as sweet. So this one right here, you're gonna taste a little bit more of the agave, which is that plant that they use to make the tequila. So this is less sweet. So if someone who does not like sweet tequila, this is more of a more dry and less sweet. So I didn't know that, so I just wanted to give it a shot. So like I said, a total blind buy. I didn't know much about it, but it's 100%. It's a blue agave, so it's triple barreled. So it pretty much aged in the oak barrels for at least 3 years. And I'm just looking at the paper artifacts, but I like the design of it, something different. So I kind of just went with it. Like I said, I had it over a year. I have a lot of tequilas. My tequila actually collection has been slightly diminishing. I haven't read up on my tequila as much. I've been amping up my bourbons and scotch more so than my tequila. But now that we are getting into summer, I'm probably going to be more. I tend to drink more tequila in the summertime. In spring, I don't know why. Just subconsciously, I just kind of happens. But so anyway, let's jump on this nose and see what we got. You definitely pick up the agave plant. That's the first thing that I smell when I dig my nose in this. It doesn't have like a little strong, like heavy burn or anything like that to it. So, just it smells like a little sweetness, like I would say, vanilla, nice sweet agave. That's what I smell like. Agave, honey, a little vanilla. Be honest, it's a very pleasant nose. It really is. Very nice on the nose. Nice pungent, nice. Has like if you ever smell like the young, you know what I'm talking about when I say that agave. That's what I'm picking up. That agave plant, that vanilla, honey. That's what I'm picking up on this. Pretty nice. And you see the color on this. Color is probably a medium amber, medium brown color. Like I said, it's aged in oak barrels. So because of that, those aging in the barrels is why you have the little darker. Because really, it looks like, unless I smelled it or tasted it, I would think that this would be a cognac or a whiskey. So it has a nice char to it. So it definitely, the barrel aging has definitely enhanced the color. So it was aged in American white oak barrels. So you know what I'm saying. That right there, and they also say that it is French cognac barrels. So the aging has been in barrels that previously held cognac and this French oak. So that's what it has on the bottom. So that being said, let's jump on this nose and let's jump on this palate and see what we got. Man, whew, here we go. First sip was good. Let me take another one. I like to saturate my palate, and then I like to explore all the notes that way. One more quick sip. It's definitely a very, very agave presence on it. A lot of times, the more aged the tequila is, you don't taste the agave because it takes more over a whiskey or oak note and less tequila. So I will say that the younger it is, the more the agave. But this one right here, you can still taste, even though it's extra and Daniel, you still taste plenty of agave on this one. I pick up a little hints of that oak, that vanilla. Definitely, to me, it almost tastes like it has almost tastes like a hybrid of a tequila and a cognac. You ever had like a VSOP cognac? Almost that consistency. That's what the mouthfeel of it and the consistency of it. It almost feels like it's just imagine a cognac that had the also the flavor of the agave. That's kind of what I'm picking up. So it's pretty pleasant, I will say that, but it's not super sweet compared to, like I said, some other, like it's not like a Don Julio, Avion 44, or Clase Azul. If you ever had any of those three tequilas, that nice lingering sweetness and vanilla note that it has and honey, you don't pick that up as prevalent on this. So let's just imagine the sweetness on an Avion 44 or a Don Julio 1942. Let's just suppose 1 to 10, 10 being the sweetest. Let's suppose those are 7s, all right? Let's suppose that's a 7 out of a 10 sweetness on 1942. Well, sweetness on this will be a 5 out of 10. Let's give you an idea of it's a little bit more muted as far as the sweetness though. But instead of the sweetness, you pick up more of that oak, more of that agave plant. That's what you pick up more than the sweetness, or just as much of it. It's pretty balanced though. Like I said, if you didn't tell me, I would like if you just put them outside of the agave plant, I would almost think I was drinking a cognac. That's what I would think. That's the type, because it was aged in ex cognac barrels too. In addition to the white oak barrel, so it has a very, very a consistency of just something that's a little bit beyond a typical tequila. But it is $110. So you know what? For $110, I do appreciate complexes. I'm messing up my words. Complexes. You know what I'm saying. So anyway, I'll take one more sip. Like I said, I almost feel like I'm drinking a hybrid between tequila and cognac. You definitely pick up the oak influence on this with the agave. All in all, it's pretty decent. I mean, it's not the typical norm tequila. So if you're looking for something that's typical, you know, that it's different from the typical. So that's why I kind of like it, because it has somewhat of complexity to it, which I appreciate. The price point I don't appreciate. I mean, I you know, obviously it's okay price. I like the art on the bottom and whatnot, but you know, I wish it was a little bit cheaper than the $110 price tag that I paid for it. All in all, it's pretty good though. I also pick up just a small hint of like a mocha or cocoa, something like that. Very, very faint of that. So you get the oak, the vanilla, the agave plant, that cocoa, and you get like the mouthfeel of a almost like a cognac is what you get the mouthfeel. All in all, for 110 bucks, Arta extra Añejo. This one right here, if I had to rate this 1 out of a 10, 10 being the best, you know, if I factor in the price, availability, everything, I mean, I give it a solid 7.5. I think that it's definitely almost. The only reason I don't give it 8 is because it's not as available, and I think it's slightly overpriced. But the taste profile is good. The one thing I like about it is that the fact that it has I just think of it as a cognac a little bit. You get the cognac, you get the oak, and this you know, and a lot of times, you know, with certain extra Añejos, at least the ones I get, they tend to come a little more sweet. So it's slightly different from the normal sweetness. But I prefer sweet, truth be told, but I do actually like the complexity of this. It's not bad. $410, I probably wouldn't purchase again only because of the price point. I actually do like it, but it's the price point that kind of turns me away, because the stuff that I can get for, you know, 110 bucks that I can get, I like more than this. So I give it a 7.5 on the kilo sale. Like I said, it's not as sweet, but it's definitely going to be something that has more consistency of like that oak charring. And you still pick up the agave. It's still a pretty good buy though. It's not bad. 7.5 for me for the Arta. If you can find it, it's not something you're gonna see in every liquor store. So Total Wines has it. And keep in mind, I live in Southern California, so if you go to a Total Wines in Georgia or a different state, they may not carry this. So that being said, just keep that in mind. I do know since I moved to California that you definitely have a larger variety of tequila than you will get on the East Coast. So that being said, if you even go to a nice a restaurant that has a large selection of tequila, you check those out. They may have this as well, extra Añejo Arta. So if so, I would suggest try it maybe before you buy, if you're not familiar with this brand. Because like I said, this is not necessarily a super well-known brand. So before you invest $110, hopefully you can use this video as an idea of what it's like. The sweetness is not as much as, it's not going to be as sweet as a 1942. So if you're in a liquor store, you're like, oh my God, it looks cool. I like the bottle. Should I get it? What it tastes like? It's not going to be as sweet as 1942. You will pick up more of agave, a little bit more oak charring. So it's to me, like I said, just, you know, when you have a nice mouthful of a nice cognac, or, you know, let's imagine you drinking some Martell VSOP or something like that. That mouthfeel, the oiliness, consistency, the character that it has somewhat of a similar character of that, but you do pick up more oak. The agave has a more turned down the sweetness, but you pick up a little bit of vanilla and a little bit of cocoa. It's pretty balanced, but like I said, it's 40%, so you know, it's very drinkable. There's no burn, no bite to it. You know, I'm a guy who usually prefers my spirits 50% or higher. Nowadays I prefer more barrel proof and cask strength type of stuff. As this tequila is 40%, so it's very drinkable. If this was 50% or higher, I think it would be even better, but most tequilas and cognac don't come in that. So be that as it may, I give it a 7.5. Like I said, not as sweet as 1942, but it has more of a whiskey, more of a boldness with the cognac flavor, in my opinion. So it's definitely tryable, but like I said, it's $110, so, you know, like price point wise, if I can get this for about 80 bucks, I think I would probably maybe gear towards getting another bottle, but I wouldn't go above 80. But like I said, in my area, it's 110. So I don't like I said, I probably wouldn't do it again for that. But try it at a bar, at a pour at a bar if you can find it. Anyway, if you had this, let me know. Hit me in my comment box and let me know what your experience was on this particular bottle. Thank y'all, my subscribers. If you like to hit the like button, subscribe button, hit my comment box. I will reply back. Thank you for your support. Love y'all. Drams on deck. Yes, sir.